Black power, y'all. Y'all gonna cancel me today. Just waiting for people to come up in the room. Come on in, give me black power, give me some lights so we can go ahead and get it started. They always mute my videos because I'm always playing music in the beginning, so I try to get like more obscure. I just don't want to jam. Black power, black power. We got 2 people in the room. Go ahead and like, share. Let me know what y'all thought about the movie. Let's get these comments popping. Let's go. I want to get into it. I want to get into the nitty gritty. 3 people. Waiting on 2 more people. I'm gonna like, and share myself. All right, 5 people in here. Let's get it. Black power, comrades. It's your boy, Comrade Rob, coming at you with another episode of ProperGander, a show brought to you by the Black Hammer organization, in which we analyze various kinds of media through an anti-colonial, anti-imperial, and anti-capitalist framework. We know that the media is a weapon of white power, of colonial power, and it indoctrinates the masses. Just like Malcolm X says, it'll have you thinking that your enemy is your friend and your friend is your enemy. So we came up with a show to counteract certain, just expose imperialist colonial lines in various forms of media. That be video games, that be movies, that be TV series, whatever. I can break it down. I can find the white nationalist sentiment in it. A lot of people be watching stuff and be like, oh no, there's nothing propagandistic about it. And then I watch it and be like, well, you know, it's kind of my specialty. But Black Hammer is also doing a bunch of more work on the ground. We have another Black Hammer food drive on the East Coast. Shout out the East Coast chapter, always on the ground, feeding the people. Shouts out to my comrades in Nigeria. We building over there. If y'all want us to go to support those comrades in building their endeavors, please donate to BH International on Cash App, as well as if you want to donate to the East Coast chapter, that is Cash App BH East Coast. We always have a lot of projects going on. So yeah, today, damn, where do I even start? So I usually don't want to do superhero or supervillain movies in this case because they all are similar in theme. Most superhero movies are just like an allegory for this kind of like white nationalist excellence, you know what I'm saying? Like Superman or Batman, you know what I'm saying? That's like a typical white male fantasy of going up and like fucking up bad guys that just so happen to be brown, just so happen to be black, or just so happen to like wear like cholo clothes and shit like that. Or Iron Man, who goes over like overseas and just so happens to fight ethnically ambiguous bad guys. So I know that that's like an expression of that fantasy and a bunch of other stuff, but it's all very similar. I saw Birds of Prey though, and I wanted to watch it just because some people said that it was good, and I watched it and realized that it was just the same thing, just from a feminist perspective. And I know I'm finna be canceled because don't nobody really want to hear like no dude talk about feminism, but I'm the one who does these shows. I have lots of comrades who are non-men, you know what I'm saying, women, and we're deep in theory, and I'm internalizing that from those comrades, you know what I'm saying, and the consensus is that the normal white intersectional feminist really doesn't have the answer or like the theoretical answers to the plights of colonized people. So this movie was just that. Whereas Iron Man and Batman are the fantasies of the white male or whatever, this movie sells itself as being progressive because it's the fantasy of the white female or the white woman. And I don't want to say shit like female because people who do that are kind of like douchebags, but like white women. Even though that this cast of characters is of a diverse colonized backgrounds or whatever, that is not to say that they're not pushing a white feminist line using black, brown, Asian bodies, right? So the plot is this. Spoiler. If you're not trying to get spoiled, get the fuck out of here. Okay, so this movie is called Birds of Prey, but it should have been called Harley Quinn because it is about Harley Quinn. And if you don't know, Harley Quinn is the Joker's like I guess like you could say sidekick. You know what I'm saying? She's that like red and black clown girl, Black Power Diva Toriva. So yeah, Harley Quinn just broke up with the Joker. You feel me? And she's like devastated or whatever. And damn, let me see if I can remember this whole fucking plot. So Harley Quinn is pretty much like trying to find a identity of her own and do her own kind of like you know what I'm saying, her own crime without the Joker, you know what I'm saying? But she realizes that because she was with the Joker, it afforded her a lot of like leeway because people didn't want to fuck with her because she was with the Joker. She was Joker's girl. You know what I'm saying? That shit don't fly anymore. So she ended up being like accosted and like just harassed from all sides. You feel me? Like the pigs were on her fucking tail, and also like organizations of a criminal nature were also on her tail. So pretty much she had to make it known that she's like, hey, don't fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? She had to get a name for herself. You feel me? And there's this like typical like kind of like crime boss dude. You feel me? His name is like Black Mask or something. The story is very like blah. It's just about a diamond. Like this big crime dude is looking for a diamond, and he ends up hiring Harley Quinn. You know what I'm saying? Even though he don't really fuck with Harley Quinn, he lets her like hires her work for exchange of her life because he's the one who be like sending bad guys to beat her up. And on the flip side, the pigs are also looking for this fucking diamond because it's like central to the crime at the time or whatever. And damn, what else? The main crime boss dude, he has this like his own kind of I don't want to be too vulgar, but his own girl, right? And his girl finds the relationship toxic. Her name is Black Canary. You know what I'm saying? And she's also enlisted in this crazy chase to find this like super expensive fucking diamond or whatever. And yeah, it's just like a mash of all these characters like chasing chasing this diamond. And in that regard, the plot is really not that like intricate, you know. But they all of the central female characters have a toxic relationship to men that they're coming out of. So the same way Harley is broke off from the Joker, you know what I'm saying, and is finding her identity. That's the same way that Black Canary, her in Black Mask, you know what I'm saying, she's breaking off from him so she can do her own thing. Like, she's not really trying to live that life of crime. She ain't really like she wants to get out of the streets or whatever, but her relationship with her mans keeps her down. Another one of the main cast, there's like an assassin bitch, Huntress. Her family was destroyed or fucking like shot up when she was a child, and she's going out and seeking revenge on the men who had wronged her as a child, right? So Harley, Black Canary, Huntress. There's also a fucking pig, a black police officer, like woman police officer. I don't know her name. I would just refer to as the pig because it doesn't make sense. But her whole story is that she's trying to be like the best pig out there, but there's this black man who is the like chief of police at the time, you know what I'm saying, that's preventing her from getting her glory. Like, this man is like sabotaging her from getting her promotions and shit like that, and he even like suspends her in like that typical fashion. Like, all the pigs always get like suspended in these kind of movies because like they're like renegade cops that don't play by the rules and all that kind of stupid bullshit. So eventually, yeah, Rosie Perez. Eventually, Harley, Black Canary, the pig, and Huntress all find it that like, because they're all in this kind of like game, they're all being used to further this man's agenda of getting this fucking diamond, but they're all of their lives are at stakes. They decide to unite, you know what I'm saying, to just take out that dude in general. Take his ass out. They unite and become the birds of prey and eventually take out the Black Mask, right? So that's a little brief synopsis. There's also like a little young Asian girl who's like good at stealing. She was actually kind of badass. But yes, this movie is 100% white, liberal, feminist bullshit. And like I said, I know you don't want to hear like a man have like a critique of feminism. I personally do not have a problem with feminism as a whole. I 100% totally believe in the liberation of African and colonized women. All I'm saying is that the white construct of like fundamental of like feminist construct was created by white women as a means to become equal to the white man. That is not our goal as colonized people. We're not interested in becoming the equal. Like black, African indigenous men or women do not have an interest in becoming the equal of the white man. What we have an interest in is taking off that system in general, like the white man system of privilege that is that was constructed by colonialism. We have an interest in taking it out entirely. That is not the same thing as a white feminist that thinks it progressive to be like, oh yeah, I can be a fucking soldier. Oh yeah, I can be a fucking pig too. I'm a woman, and I can fucking shoot kids on the street if I want to. You know what I'm saying? That's empowering. Like, no. Fuck that. Like, that whole fallacy of white feminism is insanely problematic. And if people follow the logic of white feminism, it always ends up in some sort of like racist fucking connotation. And this movie is no different. But I'm getting ahead of myself. So this shit is an expression of the like a fantasy. You know what I'm saying? Like whenever you see something on the screen that you like, it's because it's like something inside you wanted to do that. It's like a catharsis, and that's why people like watching movies, to like live out their fantasies in that way. So this movie touches on a lot of concepts that are real as fuck. There are scenes where Harley Quinn, you know what I'm saying, is like getting felt up by like some mob dude or whatever. She's just like fucking wasted, all slumped, right? And this dude's like all rubbing up on her and shit like that. And Black Canary, who just so happened to be at the bar, you know what I'm saying, was witnessing that shit. She was witnessing Harley Quinn be like sexually accosted by some fucking dude, and she was just about to peel off or whatever. But she looked back, and it looked like they were putting Harley Quinn in one of those like obviously like rapey ass like kidnap vans. You know what I'm saying? Which obviously speaks to a real anxiety in real life. And of course, I don't have a problem with that. You know what I'm saying? Black Canary came out and gave them motherfuckers the work. And that shit was dope. But another example. Anyway, so with aspects like that, I'm like, yeah, dope. I would love to see that done more. But real talk. Black women to the rescue. She had to rescue this fucking cracker bitch, bro. That's so true. Damn. But yeah, like where I really just dislike this kind of fucking this kind of concept is like, okay, Harley Quinn, she was with the Joker. Obviously, it was a toxic relationship. She speaks on, she did all this kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? To like appease the Joker. She even like dipped in that like vat of chemicals to become like a clown or whatever, which is obviously harmful to her health. So she was in that toxic relationship. Joker was her oppressor. Joker was the formation of a man that like had his boots on her neck. You feel me? Huntress. She's an assassin. When she was a baby, her whole fam just got lit the fuck up, dude. Like some dudes just came in, lined everybody up, and just brrr. Those dudes were her oppressor. So in this movie, you see her hunt down each and every dude that had shot her family. She was liberating herself from her oppressor. Black Canary had like a fucking superpower, bro. But she was being used to make money at a club by her boyfriend, Black Mask. But at the end, Black Mask got lean. Black Mask was her oppressor. The pig's oppressor was the black man in the cop precinct. You know what I'm saying? And that is 100% indicative of the kind of mistake that white feminism is founded on, bro. Like, black men are not the oppressor of black women. The white man is still the oppressor of black women. Like, the black man is not the patriarch of this fucking society, dude. Like, they're not engaged. Like, the intersectional feminist line is like, oh, I'm white, I have white privilege, but you're a man, you have male privilege. You know what I'm saying? And that could probably be true if you're pointing at a fucking white dude, but there's no way you could fucking look at a black man and say like, yo, you have male privilege. Like, what the fuck does that look like, bro? Like, is it male privilege? Like all the numbers of the motherfucking the statistics of like jail, is that the black male privilege? You know what I'm saying? All that shit with lynching, is that the black male privilege, bro? Or how like, dude, like that shit is not a fucking real thing, and it's like supposed to be like a sin to say, and it's fucked up because like people don't want to hear the gendered experience of the black male. You know what I'm saying? Just because of that kind of like societal imposition that like you have to be progressive. You have to be a feminist to be progressive, and if you don't have that line, that you're some sort of like fucking scum, you know. But the numbers are there, the tales are there, like the black male gendered experience, you know what I'm saying? Gender comes into that fucking oppression, bro. Like there's like if like even if you point to it like sexual in nature, you know what I'm saying? You can point to a whole bunch of shit that is like when back in the day, and this is violence. Like I don't like talking about this shit, but this is the reality. Like they fucking like be castrating black men and shit. Like when white mobs would fucking like go wild in a fucking black community, you know, like that is 100% a gendered violence, you know, like if someone makes the like some sort of like not preposition, but you know what I'm saying? Like someone have a predisposed idea of you. You know what I'm saying? You have to take gender into account. You know what I mean? Like whereas white women or whatever, or the cis heteropatriarchy looks at women and objectifies them in a sexual nature, that gendered experience it's not reflected, but it applies to the black male, but it does manifest in a sexual way, but it's also in like you're like animalized, you know what I'm saying? That's why they be like, oh my god, I'm scared of this motherfucker, and then they shoot black children, you know what I'm saying? And then they'll be like, yo, that motherfucker looks like he was 27. I'm like, dude, that dude was like 12 years old, bro. What the fuck you mean? It's that kind of precognitive idea, you know what I'm saying, of like this kind of like scariness that is attributed to the black male. It is a gendered thing, and feminism does not have that fucking analysis. It does not put that fucking analysis forward. Just this fucking just the other day, it's just like black feminist named like Feminista Jones or some shit, and she was just like shitting on Huey P. Newton on his birthday, bro, and talking about how like black men can't be radicals and shit. I'm just like, bro, that's just like the logical extension of feminism. Throw that shit away. I don't give a fuck if you cancel me, but that shit is just not useful to colonize people to have that and think of it as that like that's the progressive theory that's going to take us to liberation. No, I do think that there are some tenets of feminism that may be useful to navigating a patriarchal kind of reactionary relationship between colonized people, but those are few and far in between. It's the same concept as like Marxism. Like Marxism, like fundamentally gets the story wrong about our role in the production of labor. So it has to be stretched to apply to colonized people. That to the point that like you may not even fucking call it Marxism anymore. That's the same shit with white feminism. You know what I'm saying? We can maybe like take some fucking tenets or whatever, but ultimately, that shit is fucking garbage. There's one fucking scene in this movie that really like drove it into my head. It's just like, man, these bitches just hate black men, bro. Like the whole movie, Harley Quinn is beating up on motherfuckers, bro. She got her back. She broke dudes' kneecaps. You know what I'm saying? Fucking up people left and right, and all they do is just fall. Ah! You know what I mean? But there was one scene towards the end where it's like this real, like, muscular, like, black man. And he comes up, you know what I'm saying? He's about to, like, fight Harley Quinn. And Harley Quinn, like, hits him in the balls. He falls over. He's on his knees. And then like he like crumbles and he's like, please stop it. You know what I'm saying? Like, no more. And then he like falls over. And then like Harley Quinn is like with her fucking big ass mallet, like, and like all the other fucking white bitches come up behind her, like, you know what I'm saying? And that scene was significant to me because it must be some sort of catharsis that white women feel to see a black man, which they think is like the fucking, like, you know what I'm saying? Like their ultimate oppressor. You know what I'm saying? He's like a muscular dude. They like hit his fucking genitalia, which is like symbolic of their oppression according to some old bell hook shit. And he like submits, like he crumbles and then like begs for mercy before like completely dying at the feet of a white woman, bro. That shit was disgusting. That shit was foul. That shit was foul as fuck. But yeah, like that's just the logical extension of feminism. We need something new to speak to our gendered experiences as colonized people, you know, as Africans and indigenous people. So besides like the gendered shit, there was like certain like real liberal fucking bullshit that they had put in there too. Like there's a scene where like Harley Quinn was like thinking about, like, man, what's the craziest shit I can do? Because like Harley Quinn's supposed to be like cuckoo insane. So what's the craziest shit I can do? And there's like an effect on the screen that like lists a whole bunch of like crazy shit. And one of the crazy shit that like they end up stopping on was vote Bernie, like vote for Bernie Sanders. If that is like not a fucking, like, this whole shit is like a weird ass commercial, bro. Like, that's why I can't stand these fucking superhero movies or nothing like that, bro. Like, fucking, that shit was like a Burger King commercial. Like, when she was like, fucking like whipping up the eggs and shit. Like, all this shit is so intrusive to our senses. We can't even like help it. And then they like put in little subliminal shit like that. Like, vote Bernie. Vote Bernie. Like, damn, bro. And Harley Quinn kind of like expresses, I guess, what right-wing people think that like radical liberal or like radical leftists want or whatever. She's just like, I don't want to pay taxes. Like shit like that, you know what I mean? Like this like small misconstruction. The main point of that movie though was the like overt feminist lines. And people think that they're not overt. They think that things like Wonder Woman were more overt and this was like more subtle. But I didn't feel that way. Maybe I'm just like violently woke or whatever the fuck. But that shit was like screaming that shit in my ear, bruh. That shit was foul. That whole scene with the brother like crumbling over, that shit was disgusting, dude. We don't stand. Alright, I'm gonna read the comments. Black Power Diva. Black Power Dieris. Hope I didn't fuck up your name. Black Power Karina. Rye, what are you saying what for? You got a picture of like Bernie Sanders on your shit. Is it because like they said vote Bernie? Because they said that shit. Yeah, and I mean like, it's just a way, or at least my reasoning of it is that like the state has to control rebellion. You know what I'm saying? It has to control what rebelliousness looks like. So sometimes they like impose like things that are supposed to be counterculture, but are really just like alternative white culture. An example would be like everything from fucking fucking hot topic. You know what I'm saying? So, like, this would be that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're associating like Bernie Sanders with like a radical kind of like crazy aesthetic in the shape of Harley Quinn. You know, does that make sense? Like how Diva said, I hate my phone. I hate my phone too. Them shit's capitalism. If it wasn't for capitalism, we wouldn't have to buy new phones every other motherfucking month. But yeah, y'all. Bobby is 100% right. Commodifying the revolution. Bernard. People be saying Bernie like he's your uncle or some shit, bro. That man's name is Bernard. He even says like, join the political revolution. First of all, what revolution isn't fucking political? Second of all, you're not doing a revolution. Like, people are calling for revolution, and then you take that energy and bring it back to some real, not revolutionary shit. I can't stand fucking Bernie Sanders. Bernard, my fault. And yeah, like, they had the opportunity, like, yo, that young sister, like, that young, like, little Asian girl, like, she was obviously suffering from capitalism. Obviously. You know? And, like, they go around, like, fucking, like, stealing shit. You know what I mean? But they don't make a commentary of, like, why the fuck that is. Why is it that you have to, like, go down the street and, like, bump into everybody? Boom, boom, boom. And then, like, it turns out, like, you, like, slip, pickpocketed it. You know what I'm saying? Pickpocketed it. Get you a white boy to buy you a new phone. Yes. Yes. But yeah, y'all. That's my analysis on that. Y'all let me know in the comments if I'm making shit up. Sonny Mark said, preach. I will preach. Sonny. Thank you. Interesting comparison to Harley Quinn. Interesting. But yeah, Diva says, can't lie, black feminists just scare me. That shit is foul. Like I get it. You know what I'm saying? The genders, there are a lot of problems with the genders. I hope y'all don't hear all this fucking bullshit coming. There is a lot of problems between the genders of colonized people that need to be rectified. I don't think that feminism has those fucking answers. I'm sorry. Maybe it has a couple of them, and we can pick that off, but it don't fucking have all of them. And just like, yo, there's this one lady who was like tweeting, talking about like how I'm supposed to give a fuck about slavery if it don't matter if you was on the plantation, you still a man, you still got male privilege. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you, bro? That's your brain on feminism. Diva said the Asian girl and the Journey Smollett were the best parts of the movie. But yeah, y'all, that's my analysis. This shit finna be on podcast form pretty soon. Hit me up with whatever y'all want me to review. Just know that I do have limited amounts of time. That's why, like, a lot of them have been movies, because I can just sit down, watch a movie, maybe 3 hours tops if it's a long-ass movie, and then boom, I can make a ProperGander off of that. Some people be asking me to, like, watch, like, whole seasons, and seasons be like 7 episodes, 1 hour each. Can't do that. Got work, got Black Hammer stuff. So I'm sorry. Until like my hands get freed up, I'm probably gonna just do more movies. Maybe I can watch people play video games to like analyze something like that. But still, let me know what y'all watching, just so I know where the minds of the people are at, and I can give y'all a good show. But till next time, comrades, Black Power. Cat commentary in the background. Duke is so fucking annoying. But yeah, Black Power.